If you learn these 5 macrame knots, you can make almost any beginner project, but there's a few common mistakes that makes them look messy. In this video, I will show you each knot step by step and how to make them look clean and even. By the end, you'll be ready to start your first proper macrame project. Let's start with the Lark's head knot. This is how you attach your cord. Cut a piece of cord. I use a meter here to practice with. Fold your cord in half. Place the fold over your keyring. Push the fold through the centre towards the back. Grabbing the loose ends, pull them through the gap. Pull down on the 2 loose strings to tighten. And this is your completed Lark's head knot. It will have a horizontal line at the front and a gap at the back. If one side is longer than the other, your whole piece can look uneven, so take a second to adjust it. This is the half square knot, and it's the start of one of the most common patterns. After you attach using your Lark's head knot, you will need to repeat with a second cord. I would recommend securing your project down before you start. In macrame, for some knots, you have what's known as working strings and filler strings. In this case, strings 1 and 4 here, which are the outside strings, are working cords. They do all the work making the knots. These will get shorter more quickly. Strings 2 and 3 here, the inside strings, are filler cords. They are the backbone or the support of your knots. Start by taking cord number 1 on the left across all the other strings. Pick up string number 4 on the right and bring it to the front. Taking string number 4 again, we're going to slide it diagonally underneath the cords to the gap on the left-hand side. I like to use my thumb here to hold down the other strings in the centre, and then I grab string number 4 and I pull it through the gap. To finish, you're going to take both the working strings and you're going to pull to tighten the knot. And there you have your first half square knot. In a moment, I'll show you what happens if you keep repeating this. If you keep doing the same side, you'll get a spiral, which is a great design choice. Now, if you alternate sides, you get what's known as a square knot. Start exactly as before, making a half square knot starting with string 1 on the left. Once that's complete, we now have to alternate to finish the square knot. So we do this by doing the mirror image. Take the string on the right, so string number 4, over all the other strings. Then bring string number 1 to the front. Again, using string number 1, go diagonally underneath to the right to the gap. Pull string number 1 through the gap. Then to finish, we grab both the working strings and pull to tighten. And there you have a square knot. This gives you a flat, balanced pattern. A really common mistake is forgetting to alternate. This is why your knots might twist. Stay tuned for an upcoming video in this series where we address common macrame mistakes. The next knot is the gathering knot. This knot is used to finish pieces and bring cords together. Cut out a separate cord. I've measured mine here at about 30 centimetres. We're going to take one end of the separate piece of cord and double it back on ourselves. It gives the appearance of a fishing hook. We're then going to pinch about 3/4 of the way up the hook end. Place this at the bottom of your finished macrame piece. I have the hoop end facing down towards the loose strands. Taking the longer end of the cord, we're going to wrap it tightly around all of those loose strands, and we're going to wrap it down towards the hoop. Once you've wrapped it around as many times as you would like to make sure that it's secure, we're going to take that longer loose strand and we're going to come from the top down into the hoop and make sure that it's out of the way. This is the magic part. We're going to take the opposite end, the tiny part of the strand, and we're going to pull. As we pull this strand, watch closely. The hoop will begin to disappear underneath the wrapped part of the gathering knot. Once the hoop has fully disappeared underneath the wrapped part, that is when we stop pulling. To complete the gathering knot, we need to trim away any loose strands that we don't want. I typically tend to cut away the top strand and I leave the bottom strand so that it blends in with the rest of the loose cords. And there you have your gathering knot. This is perfect to finish pieces like plant pot hangers or key rings. And finally, we have the double half hitch knot. This is one of my favourites. As you can see here, I've attached a few cords onto a dowel using the Lark's head knot. In a double half hitch knot, your first string is known as the guide string. Whichever direction the guide string goes, that is where your knots will be formed. You can do this diagonally, you could do it horizontally, you can even make waves and spirals out of this. To start, I'm going to take the string on the left, which is now going to be known as our guide string, and I'm going to place it horizontally across all the other cords. I'm trying to achieve a horizontal double half hitch knot look here. String number 2, which is underneath the guide string, now needs to come up over the top of the guide string and then back underneath the guide string into that gap. What we're basically doing is we are wrapping a loop over the guide string. Then holding onto string number 2, we're going to pull to tighten this up. Top tip here, I like to use my thumb to push it right into the very corner to make sure that it stands upright in a nice wall formation. Because this is a double half hitch knot, we're going to do the exact same thing again. Taking string number 2 over the top of the guide string, back underneath the guide string, into the hole. And again, pull this cord to tighten. And that is your double half hitch knot. You can continue to do this to start making that wall effect. So I'm going for that horizontal line. Continue this on all strings to get a lovely wall formation of double half hitch knots. Feel free to play around with which direction your guide string goes in. Now that you know these 5 knots, the next step is using them in your very first project. I'll guide you through a simple beginner macrame project step by step. Click here to watch that next.